Hello guys, this is Futon here, and today we're bringing you a guide on normal mode Zammy. Note for the how I'm going to go through the kill was actually a 99% kill because I oopsed myself a little bit there. So method's the same, everything's the same. Now note for inventory, I really suggest Serenic or Elite Serenic. Elite Serenic does not degrade here for this boss fight in any way. So I would highly suggest, if you can afford it, to get it. If you're going to be camping this for a long time, you will make your money back just in the matter of charges. Other than that, Onyx bolts and Hydrix bolts, overload. I'm not using any brews just to prove this as a point. The kill that you're going to see shortly is done on Ripper without brews. You don't need it. Just saying, it's not as hard. The chins are reserved for duo. I like one preset for everything. There is SGB in the depot in these amulets. If you can't afford an SGB, just depot over it. If still do the same amount of damage, especially if you're on a mammoth like this. Another thing, if you are indeed on a mammoth, I highly suggest that you do the mammoth scrolls, and then from there, that's pretty much all said and done. But that's pretty much the gist of the inventory. Again, you don't need anything really extravagant. You don't need this. Ascensions will work just as well as blights, but I have them. There's no point in downgrading. And like I said, this is a 99% comparison, but it's still, the point of this video really is the method, not for me to sit there and do it with low gear. Again, it works just fine. You can also use a jazz book over this. I'm probably going to swap to jazz book in a second because I just realized I'm an idiot. But besides the point, thank you guys very much, and hopefully this next part will be helpful to you. Okay guys, for this kill we're going to be doing these in pad order 2. The first pad order is going to be number 2. What this pad specifically does is it basically, if you get below a certain percentage of your life points based on your constitution level, Zamorak will do an insta-kill on you. Keep your health remotely above 25% throughout the whole fight, and this would never be a problem, so we're going ahead and taking this first. Basically, you want to swift this instantly on the pad, and just basically DPS your heart out. Yeah, just go ham on this. I kind of didn't use Hellhounds for this, and this is not a normal mode kill, but all these strats do work. You just take less damage, and that's really the only difference here. Note, this fight would not have P7, but yeah, it'll have everything else. So as you see here, we already phased it to the next part. It's literally just DPS it down until that gray bar is about halfway through. Once the gray bar is about halfway through, go ahead and move on to the second pad. This pad activates Twin Shot, which deals you an extra hit of 10% of the damage per pad afterwards as you go along. Note, the reasoning for this pad being used so early is that you want it for P9 or P7 later on. So if you can learn this now, it's great. Note, for this part of the fight, this pad, every pad you have to go inside to the abyss. Note, when you go inside to the abyss, you have to kill the mage in there before you can actually activate the next pad. So that's always a preferred state of being, to try to balance it to make sure you don't over phase it in. So from there, just go ahead and then again, just DPS the living shit out of this. At this point, I'm not for sure during this kill because this is a voiceover afterwards. Yeah, there we go. It's beginning a hard hit. This will drag you into Infernus. Basically in here, you want to activate your Demon Slayer sigil if you have it. It does work on this. And you want to go ahead and kill this, and then you see the symbol above your head. You want to go ahead and go to the pad that goes, and it'll take you outside. Whenever you, after a certain bit, go ahead and use Disruption Shield, and then go ahead and just use Defensives. It reduces damage down a lot. You can also Vitality Pot it and Disruption, and you will take like a 9k. And it won't kill you, so there you go. Next, we're moving all the way across to pad 6. This pad affects your healing. Again, we're going instantly in just to go ahead and kill this so that we can just DPS all the way out on the pad. And again, you use your action button to get in here. The royal red button you see above my screen there, above my chat. And go ahead out. And then from there, again, you just stand on the pad and you literally just DPS the living tar out of this. No, I highly suggest you do this on a yak, so you don't have to be doing a soul split flicking. This is very overkill, but I wanted to go decently fast, just because I've recorded this about 5 times, so going from there. And to show that you could do it on Ripper if you really, really want. Okay, and then that will phase it into the next LP damaging part. Now when this spec comes out, go ahead and Devotion and Protect Magic at the very end as these bombs start coming down. That blocks the entire spec. There really is nothing to it. It's one of the most simplest things. Alright, so next we should be going to pad 4, I believe. Nope. Yeah, pad 4. What this pad does is this is the pad that allows Zamorak to hit through your defensives. Where it's going to be doing very minor. It will hit through a little more on P7 if you're going to that, but yeah, this is kind of like a gateway into P7 in a way. And yeah, there we go. And go straight out. Charge up the pad and just let rip DPS. Okay, and this is that, we're doing this dragged in before. The way you deal with it if you don't get dragged in is stun it, deal a lot of damage, then disruption, and then I basically res it for Adren, and it'll block a good portion of the hit. As you saw, it did barely anything. Alright, so now we're on pad 5. This pad basically puts bombs on the floor that will stun you and deal a decent magic hit. If you trigger this earlier in the fight, the pads literally will do a lot more damage, and it has no effect on P7 as well, so it's one of the 2 pads you want to always do fast. This is just quicker than doing the other one because the other one summons healers. Alright, so from there you want to go ahead and DPS. I'm not for sure if you can, right when that pad triggers, you want to get off of it to prevent a stun. As you see here, I got stunned there, freedomed, and again, just DPS it all the way down. Note, this will put that bombs on every single pad and as you see across the room here. Like I said, if you step on it, it'll stun you. Now this spec, all you gotta do here is stay in the spot in between the reds. If the black goes underneath you, all it does is stun you. If you anticipate or freedom, then effectively this does some very minor damage and you could just DPS as if it didn't exist. Note, during this period you cannot go in Infernus. So unfortunately with my DPS, this is a total waste of time. I'm going to go ahead here for a deal with the pads by anticipation and then using devotion and just standing on the pad and it's going instantly in Infernus. That negates that pad, the bomb entirely, and you can just go ahead and clear it. And note, this last pad is summons healers, but it only affects it on the gray bar you see above here. So since we're doing this last, he doesn't need the healers. You don't need to touch them. Just ignore them completely as long as this pad is last. And just basically DPS them down. Now note, when in this edict phases, it will summon another bomb. So again, I tried to get off of it. Did not succeed there. So I ate a little bit of a stun. And basically go through here. Now note, this was a 99% enraged kill. Oh yeah, and also he will melee at that point right after the last edict. Again, just pray melee and go from there. Once this LP reaches 0, the fight is over. And again, this is a 99% kill. This is not 0, so it hit a lot harder than it would. But still, the method is exactly the same. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully this was helpful to you. And I will see you guys for the next one.